It has been reported that W.M. Mendes and Company, owned by Arjun Aloysius, who has been implicated by the Parliament Committee on Public Enterprises in the central bank bond controversy, is in the process of constructing an alcohol distillery in Calcutta, Batticaloa. The Sunday Times newspaper reported today that the company may receive a major tax concession for the construction of this distillery under a budget proposal effective this year.
According to a front-page story on the Sunday Times today, under a budget proposal effective this year, Arjun Aloysius' liquor manufacturing firm W.M. Mendes & Co. is likely to receive a 100% capital allowance for locating its proposed 4 billion rupee alcohol distillery at Calcutta in the Batticaloa district. According to the newspaper, approval to set up a grain-based extra-neutral alcohol or ENA distillery was granted to W.M. Mendes well before the 2017 budget proposals were announced. The newspaper reports that the paper trail shows that authorization was given just 18 weeks after a presidential election that was won, among other things, on a premise of eradicating drugs and alcohol. According to the report, the Fiscal Policy Department wrote to the Excise Department on the 13th of May 2015, saying the ENA distillery was approved as a pilot, while the latter gave the requisite clearance a record 2 days later. The newspaper points out that both departments were, and still are, under the purview of Finance Minister Ravi Karunanayake. Furthermore, the Sunday Times reports that while construction was soon started on a 19-acre land that the company bought for 10.7 million rupees, work has now temporarily halted on an order of the Korale Pattu Pradeshya Sabha. Earlier this year, JVP Politburo member Vasantha Samarasinghe also spoke on the issue on Newsfirst's Newsline segment.
The Arjun Mahendrans and the Arjun Aloysiuses were born to steal. They stole from the central bank. Prior to that, they stole from the Employees Provident Fund through the stock exchange. Now, Arjun Aloysius has brought W.M. Mendes and Co. with the money they stole. The son-in-law, the central bank's governor's son-in-law. Now the Mendes company has not paid excise duties owed to the government. Normally these taxes must be paid every 15 days and only then will the license be renewed. As of the 31st of December 2016, the arrears amounted to 720 million rupees of taxes owed to the government. Even in January 2017, the arrears amounted to 120 million. So the total is 840 million. If this is false, prove it. They have engaged in tax fraud. In spite of the tax fraud, the Finance Ministry has intervened to secure the license renewal. If this is false, come forward and say so before the entire country.
Attention was drawn to the issue at the Development Coordination Committee meeting held in Eravur, Batticaloa on the 16th of this month.
Batticaloa has the most number of liquor shops in the country. There was a demand from the people that no more liquor shops be opened here. But after the good governance came into power, not only liquor shops, an alcohol distillery is being opened in Calcutta under the chairmanship of Arjun Aloysius. The cost of this project is 4.5 billion rupees. The district secretary, the divisional secretary, the Pradeshya Sabha and even the divisional secretary in Vala, Chennai attempted to stop this. But this is continuing without the approval of the Pradeshya Sabha.
A Newsfirst camera captured this footage today of the ongoing construction of the alcohol distillery in Calcutta, Batticaloa, as claimed by the MP. This issue was also brought up at several media briefings and political programs held today. What the government and Ranil Wickremesinghe should have done wasn't to cover up the bond scam and protect the thieves or argue that the thieves hadn't stolen. What they should have done was to follow judicial process, file cases against these people via the central bank, recover the losses incurred by the country, remove Perpetual Treasuries from the list and prevent the harm caused to the economy. Then they could claim one day that they did not earn money from the bond scam. They earned this money from distilleries, from ruining media institutions, construction companies and other businesses. There are many major thieves who claim that they do not need to steal because they have plenty of wealth earned through various means. Aloysius and Mahendran, who are involved with the bond scam, are continuing with their business operations. We know that Aloysius is buying up media institutions through Perpetual Treasuries and is making various other investments. The government is yet to impose any kind of ban on these operations.
We are getting reports from various quarters that the company that is involved in the bond scam, which is now under an investigation by the Presidential Commission of Inquiry, is going on at a rate, investing monies in various fields in the country. And these fields also, as it is reported, include media organizations. So it is a very questionable thing when an investigation is going on about the genuineness of their earnings. And on the other hand, when they get into the fields of media stations and so on, when they recruit people to such places at very high rates, going beyond all accepted norms of business norms in the country, because they can afford to do it. So the people who join such places will be at a great danger, because if the commission decides one day that this money has to be recovered and it is illegitimate money that is earned by this company, and if the legal processes are commenced, the employees who join these places, these new ventures, will find in great difficulty.